Hey Capricorn, it's Star with Eyes of the Stars Tarot, and I am here to do your October reading for love and also for career and finance. So let's get started. Okay, so I hope you guys have been doing well. I'm actually going to start offering some quick readings, because I usually do just the half hour and the hour readings, but I do realize that sometimes you don't need all of that. You just want one question answered. So I am going to start to offer like just one question readings for $15. If you are interested, you can email me at eyesofthestarstarot@gmail.com. Okay? So very soon, you're going to have to clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life and romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So yes, something is going to be happening here, and you're going to have to be ready for it to make a decision. So let's see, it's about that special someone that you've been thinking about, and you know you want them, and you know they want you. So whatever it is you've been waiting for may finally be happening. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. You may not be, okay, so this may be about somebody who you are not in contact with. You lost communication. They left. You left. Somebody ghosted, something of that nature. And you've been wishing and hoping for this person to come back. Well, maybe they will. So be careful what you wish for. Worth waiting for. Let's see, we have a King of Cups here in the reverse. You could have been dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio. There may have been some arguments with this person, or there may have been either they were competing for your love or you were competing for them, for theirs. But I feel like, things just weren't at the point where, they could properly develop between the two of you. Whereas now something's going to develop here. Romantic feelings. I feel like somebody has been suppressing their feelings. They feel a lot more than they actually wanted to let on because they weren't ready, but they might be ready now to express themselves. Okay, we have romantic feelings. We have with the Ace of Rods reverse. Again, I feel there is feelings here, and there is like intense attraction that has been repressed for whatever reason. We have the Three of Cups. Yeah, I kind of get the idea that this relationship was supposed to be more casual and but there were a lot more feelings here that it wasn't supposed to be this way, but that's how it is. That's what it turned into. So, okay, let's take a look at the Celtic cross. Okay, at the bottom of this deck, we have the Page of Cups reversed. So this could have been a relationship that was pretty much new in the initial stages that never actually took off. And so you may have been disappointed by the progress. We have the Three of Wands reverse, crossed by the Tower reverse. Okay. In the foundation, we have the High Priestess reverse. In the past, Seven of Swords reverse. What's crowning you is the Nine of Wands. In the near future, we have the Sun reverse. How you see yourself, Six of Cups reverse. How your partner sees you, is the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Hopes or fears, Ten of Wands. And your overall outcome, the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Okay. I do kind of feel that there is a sense that you were waiting for somebody to come back, or somebody's been waiting for you to come back, but they've given up on waiting. All right. Let's see. Four of Wands. The Tower. Okay, interesting. So, yeah. I do feel like somebody here was holding on to hope that somebody would come back and offer commitment. Three of Pentacles reversed, but yeah, I feel like somebody wanted a commitment, but they were surprised, you know, by the fact that the other person was just not, they weren't working toward that. They weren't, maybe they portrayed themselves as someone who was working toward having a commitment at some point, like maybe not today or not tomorrow, but this is what they wanted eventually. And then their actions didn't quite match up with that. Is kind of what I'm getting, because what's crossing you is also the Tower, but the Tower in reverse. Judgment reverse. I kind of feel like, so this may be you or this may be the partner, but yeah, this is like self-sabotaging kind of energy, and I feel like it's because somebody is really, really afraid of commitment. It may be what they want, but they end up sabotaging it because it scares them to death. Okay, so they end up making really poor choices, poor decisions, because they're trying to avoid anything going majorly wrong in their life. And so maybe they focus on material things. Maybe they focus on their job. They're a workaholic because they want an excuse to not be around to contribute to, you know, a commitment, to getting engaged, to getting married, to living with someone. They're like, oh, no, I'm too busy. I don't have time for that. I have a lot of things going on, you know. In the foundation, we have the High Priestess reverse. So something may have been revealed here, some kind of truth, because I see in the past there was a Seven of Swords reverse as well. So something came out, some kind of secret came out. Let's see what this is. Knight of Rods reverse. Nine of Cups reverse. And the Seven of Wands reverse. Yeah, it's like somebody found out about something or came to some sort of realization that there is some type of action that they don't really want to take because it makes them uncomfortable. They don't have it in them to fight for the situation. And either they're letting, like your partner was letting you know that this is how they feel, or you're letting them know, or you're finding out that this is really how they feel. Because they were trying to hide it, okay? Which is kind of what I'm getting here, because otherwise, like, why would the Seven of Swords be here? But let's see. Five of Wands. The Empress reverse. Oh, the King of Cups reverse. Yeah, I kind of feel like, especially for you Capricorns who may have been dealing with water signs, sorry, I just drew a blank. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I feel like this person was very conflicted within themselves, and then also like what people around them were saying. You know, I feel like there were people who maybe were discouraging them from being very committed, or they were just taking their attention away. You know, it's like you're competing for attention, or you were competing for their attention. So it may have been other suitors. It may have been other people trying to get their attention, to trying to steal them away from you. And in a way, I kind of feel like they succeeded because they planted doubt in their mind. And so I do feel like this person may have been leading you on. Not necessarily because this is how they planned it out, but because it's like they were conflicted within themselves as to what they wanted. I feel like they do have this picture of themselves in a committed relationship, but then when it comes to putting some action behind that, that's where things go wrong. Okay, so there is a sense here of deceit, of like emotional manipulation or leading somebody on. Okay, so I do feel like this is what happened here in the past, and you found out about it. Like you came to this realization. It was very painful. It came out of nowhere. It's like, I feel like you were working towards this commitment, and then it kind of hit you out of nowhere. Like, what do you mean this is not what you want? This is what we've been working toward for, however long. So now you're feeling on the defense, like you can't really trust anyone. Hierophant reverse. Maybe you even feel like you don't even want the commitment anymore. Not from this person, not from anybody else, because the desire for a commitment, a marriage, or something of that nature has brought you nothing but heartache. So I do feel like you're kind of letting go of this idea because of what happened in this particular relationship. In the near future, we have the Sun reverse with the Wheel of Fortune. So things may be changing. There may be changes that don't necessarily make you happy or that you don't necessarily completely understand. But there are new beginnings here for you in the near future with the Page of Rods. I don't necessarily think that this is something that you are planning for. I feel like this is just something that is going to happen. We have, again, the Nine of Wands. So here you're feeling defensive or apprehensive about the concept of commitment, the concept of marriage, and it's like you letting go of that, like I don't even want to deal with it anymore. Here you're feeling the same way, but when it comes to like a new beginning or change. So I would say, embrace the change. Don't look at it as something negative. Look at it as an opportunity for you to build what you really want. Because if you're in a situation here, no matter how you feel about the person, yeah, you may have a very special bond with them. You may have been with them for a while. But if they're not for you, they're not for you. And the longer you hold on to them, the longer you're going to be without the person who you're really, truly meant to be with. And so, yeah, you may be sad here because of these changes and this new beginning, and you may be apprehensive about this new change, but I think it's something more to be embraced than anything else. So you do see yourself as the Six of Cups reverse with the King of Rods reverse. Again, the Sun reverse. I feel like you're wanting somebody to come back into your life. For some of you, it could be a fire sign. I feel like many of you could be dealing with fire signs. Some of you, it's water signs, but it could be like they have both in their chart, a fire and a water. But yeah, I feel like you guys are very nostalgic about the past, the good old times, how things used to be. But definitely feeling nostalgic, but like emotional. You know what I mean? Thinking about the past and not really feeling confident to take steps forward. It's like you're living in the past right now and not moving forward because of this unhappiness. How your partner sees you is the Nine of Pentacles. So they do see that you don't want to be single. You're very apprehensive and, it's like you're not welcoming this new beginning. You don't want to be single. You don't want to have to start dating again. That's how they kind of see you. The Seven of Pentacles, because they are aware that you invested a lot into this relationship, and now after having put all this work in, the Seven of Pentacles, and just waiting around to see what's going to come of this, now you come to find out, oh, guess what, nothing's going to come of it. It was just kind of, that's what it was for. But we can look at it in that way, or we can look at it for what it is. You did live moments with this person, and these moments represented opportunities for enlightenment and growth. And that's really what the purpose of this relationship was, because I just don't really see it progressing to the level that you thought it was going to progress to, or that you were working towards. I don't see that. So 10 of Wands is what you're hoping or fearing. Star reverse. I feel like you're fearing that this burden that you've been carrying, this stress, you know, about this relationship is like never going to end. But it is if you let it. You have to let it go, okay, if you want this to end. We do have the Wheel of Fortune reverse as your outcome. High Priestess. The Eight of Cups. The Three of Wands reverse. Yeah, I feel like this is a situation where you're really just going to need to listen to your intuition, which is going to be telling you that, you know, things are changing. The changes may not be pleasant, okay, because it is in the reverse, so it's not necessarily changes that you are welcoming or that you are hoping to have. So there could be that perception that there are unwelcome changes, but you have to listen to your intuition, which is telling you that whatever it is that you're expecting out of the situation is not going to come to you, and so it may be time for you to walk away. Just let it go, walk away, because there you won't get what it is that you're truly looking for here in this particular situation. And that is not to say that it's not out there. It is out there for you. So the sooner you walk away from this that is not meant for you, you will find what is waiting for you out there. Okay, it's all on how you look at it, Capricorn. All right, so let's move on to your career reading and see what's happening there for you. Honestly, I feel like this has been a long time coming. That's what the sense that I get from this. Like, this is not something that's new, or that this it has been a long time coming, like I said. Okay. All right. Career and finance for Capricorns. 5 cards. Overall outcome, 7 of Swords again, in reverse. So at least you're finding out wherever the deceit is in your life, you're kind of finding out about it, which is a good thing. We have the Fool, the 8 of Cups reverse, the Lovers, Page of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. So again, some decisions that you will need to make here, because there are opportunities coming your way. But these opportunities, like anything else, if you have something new coming into your life, you kind of have to let go of the old. And that's what it is. It's you coming to terms with not being so worried about how this is all going to pan out. If whatever you're involved in is not working, be open to letting it go, because you kind of have to go with the flow here. Okay. Let's see what the Fool is. There is like a new beginning that you're having an opportunity for here, but we have the Sun in reverse. So it's interesting, because in this deck, usually the Fool is a very light card, like there's a lot of yellow and, you know, bright colors. This one is kind of foggy and dark, so it kind of has this sense of like insecurity, like, yeah, I'm going out there, but ooh, it's kind of dark out there, and I don't know, it's foggy. She kind of looks, I think it's a she, looks like a she. She kind of looks a little worried, a little bit. It's like, yeah, she's going, but there's mountains behind her, so there's challenges. She's aware that there are challenges. There is the unknown, but there's a sense here that there's a light looking over her. So, but with the Sun reverse here, I feel like you're focusing on the darkness and not on the light, and that is what's holding you back. So maybe it's like pessimism. Here's the 7 of Swords again. Let's see here. Knight of Swords reverse. I feel like there was deceit here, or there is deceit in to some extent that maybe you didn't want to see, because it was convenient not to see it, because then you wouldn't have to be in this fool position where you have to take a leap of faith and try out something new because there's something that's not working, or somebody who's trying to, you know, like pull the wool over your eyes or something, and it's like you're almost forced to see it. It's like it's not welcome, but it's like there's a situation here where you're almost forced. Okay, but be careful, because if this information doesn't get to you, you're going to remain in the dark, and you may be taking risks that are more than you can handle. So there's a need here for you to definitely keep your eyes open in the month of October, because I do feel like there's a sense here that somebody is being deceitful. So let me see this 8 of Cups, Judgment. If there is deceit, it's definitely going to be uncovered, okay? So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just be on the lookout, and be prepared to exit situations that involve deceit, or exit situations that are not to your benefit, okay? You're going to be prepared to let go. Don't let the fear hold you back, okay? There's going to be a need for a big decision for you to let go of something, and you may not be emotionally prepared to do that, but it is in your best interest, okay? So decisions are very important this month with the Lovers. 10 of Wands, maybe very difficult decisions, you know, that stress you out, but it needs to be done. Yes, there will be challenges this month. People will be challenging you this month. But I feel like this is more energy that is like forcing you, pushing you out. Because, you know, for some reason, for Capricorn in the month of October, it's very difficult to break you out of your routines, your rut that you've gotten into. And I feel like there's a certain sense of dependency on the norm, okay? Like you're needing that too much. You're using it too much as a crutch to make you feel comfortable, and it's not a good thing. Like, this is a month where you're going to have to embrace change, okay? No matter how hard it is. 5 of Cups reverse. Yeah, it's just something that, you know, you got to do it. Leave the emotions out. Even when people deceive you. We're talking about finances here. We're not talking about relationships or love or anything like that. We're talking about your career. Your business is business. So my advice here, from what I'm seeing, is like, leave the emotion out of it. If somebody at your job was being, you know, cutthroat, and they're trying to, like I said, pull the wool over your eyes, okay, see them for what they are, and act accordingly. But leave the emotion out of it. They don't owe you anything. They're not your friends. These are co-workers. Some of them may pose as friends, but you know how it is. It's cutthroat out there. So just be careful. Page of Pentacles, new opportunities. King of Wands reverse. 9 of Cups reverse. And King of Swords. Okay. I feel like what this is saying is, like, don't take things at face value this month. Okay, especially with these 7 of Swords around, definitely don't take things at face value. I feel like until you are completely in this King of Swords space, mind space, where you feel totally clear on what's going on and comfortable with your decisions, don't make those decisions. Don't take actions. Don't act on every opportunity that is presented to you until you are completely satisfied with the information that you're getting, and with you know, whatever decision you're making. So that is also a heads up to you. Let's see this Nine of Swords, anxiety here. Okay, what's causing you anxiety again is change, something new. I'm going to tell you, Capricorn, okay, we have the Queen of Cups reverse. I feel like for both love and career, okay, Queen of Pentacles, that is you guys. In both career and love, you got to be careful that you're not sacrificing your own well-being just for the sake of staying in your comfort zone, because that's kind of the message that I'm getting here, that you're just afraid of new beginnings, and you sometimes tend to stick with what the old is, even though the old is like outdated for you and no longer going to produce anything. I feel like this is saying like leave, again, I'm getting this Queen of Cups here reverse, like leave the emotion out of it. Really, you know, focus on your own energy. Your Capricorn energy is not the most emotional. You know, Capricorns tend to not be, I mean, of course it depends on what other placements you have in your chart, but this is time for you to be a true Capricorn and do things that make practical sense. Okay. Again, business is business. Leave the emotion out of it. Don't let people hurt your feelings, or, you know, just see it for what it is. People are out there trying to do the best for themselves, and they don't care who they step all over. And that's what I'm seeing here. There's people around you who are willing to step all over you or anybody else who gets in their way. And so there is no reason for you to have all of these emotions, like, and get your feelings hurt. Let it be. See it for what it is and make decisions for yourself that are going to be beneficial for you financially and for your career, not to please Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I mean? Because Tom, Dick, and Harry aren't going to be happy with anything that you do, especially if you're doing better than they are. So that's what the game is. And you have to start playing that game and leave the emotions out. Okay? Do whatever makes logical sense right now, whatever is, you know, makes practical sense. That's what I'm seeing. Not based on emotion, not based on ego, not based on any of that. And I think if you do that, you'll be okay. Just don't let people, you know, get under your skin. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. I'll see you soon, Capricorn.